Another tumultuous day on the New York Stock Exchange. The president loomed large during a roller coaster session. Stocks well down at the open before investors heard a rumour.
There was some chatter of a possible pause on the tariffs. That sent stocks skyrocketing.
The White House declared it fake news and said the reciprocal tariffs would kick in as planned.
And guess what? That sent stocks crashing back down again.
Mr. President, will you discuss tariffs on Israel?
The Israeli Prime Minister became the first foreign leader to visit President Trump since he unleashed tariffs on countries around the world.
We will eliminate the trade deficit with the United States. We intend to do it very quickly. We think it's the right thing to do.
Mr. President, do you plan to reduce the tariffs that your government put on Israeli goods?
We're talking about a whole new trade. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't forget, we help Israel a lot. You know, we give Israel $4 billion a year. That's a lot.
Benjamin Netanyahu leaving the White House without a deal for now. Donald Trump does not appear to be backing down, threatening to smack China with an additional 50% duty on exports to the United States if it doesn't walk back the 34% retaliatory tariff it said would be imposed on American products.
I have great respect for China, but they can't do this.
If the U.S. insists on waging the tariffs war and trade war, regardless of the interests of both countries and the international community, China will play along to the end.
One of the difficulties for jittery investors around the world is trying to work through the conflicting reports out of the White House. No one is quite sure whether Trump's advisors are accurately reflecting the president's position or whether he has even truly made up his mind. Confusion and uncertainty on the streets too.
The turmoil is going to continue. I don't feel great about it.
We talk about it every day at work. It's in my family group chat. It's just very uncertain times.
If it stays the way it is, then we're absolutely going into a recession. The entire world would.
During a visit to Jaguar Land Rover, which has paused car shipments to the United States, the British Prime Minister reassured the public that talks would continue.
We will keep calm and fight for the best deal with the US.
The European Commission says it also stands ready to negotiate.
Indeed, we have offered 0 for 0 tariffs for industrial goods.
The world on edge, waiting to see what a mercurial US president will do next. Carrington Clark, ABC News, Wall Street, New York.
In the 78 days since Donald Trump took office for his second term, Wall Street and global markets have shed trillions. Germany, China, the UK and Canada are all down between 5 and 10%. Falls have been even sharper in Japan, approaching 20%. But as chief business correspondent Ian Verinder explains, the nation which fired the first shots could be the trade war's biggest loser.
Donald Trump is running short of friends. The tech titans, who are suddenly 20% poorer, might be seething, but at least they're quiet. It's Wall Street's money men making all the noise, edgy over tensions with China. Beijing today fired back an ominous response to Trump's latest threat to impose tariffs of more than 100%. It was prepared, it said, to stand its ground to the end. And it didn't hold back, accusing Washington of blackmail and coercion. You know, the kind of bully boy behaviour Beijing engaged in with us just a few years back. But given we've hitched our trade wagon to China, our dollar has now become collateral damage. That 6% decline against the greenback in recent weeks pales next to our losses against the euro, the yen and the pound, at between 9 and 12%. Why? Well, the US dollar is falling too because the world is losing faith in America, which ultimately may be its undoing.